Hello everybody, welcome back to Hyper Lemon GT. Today we're just going to be doing another daily race, this time in a Volkswagen Scirocco, I think it is, front wheel drive Group 4 car. So qualified in, I think, third position? Yes, in third. So there's a B grade guy above me and a S grade above that. So let's get this race going. Standing start, as with all of these first daily races. And I got traction control on for the launch because the front wheel drive car just gets too much wheel spin. So I need to get some extra traction there. Okay, now going into the first corner. Going out wide and then, get tapped off by the guy in fourth position. We got a penalty for that. So now we're back in seventh. So let's see what can happen from here. So they're not too far ahead, so I think we can recover a couple of places from here. Quick note on how you drive these cars. So given that front wheel drive, you have to be super patient with your throttle almost at all the corners. Otherwise you get understeer, you go off into the gravel, lose loads of time, and it's not a good race. But as most of us guys, younger generation, drive front wheel drive cars, we can handle it. Okay, now there's the guy that punted me off. Gone off himself and booked. Bit of a crash there. So I gained 2 places from that crash, which is quite nice. And now up into 4th. Okay, so let's try and hunt down Mr. Situna 2000. Another guy, looks like he got a penalty and he's trying to serve that, so we're given 3rd place. So race is going okay up to now. Started 3rd, currently in 3rd. Now let's get in the slipstream of Situna 2000 and gaining on him, so maybe able to get him down the inside on this first corner, which is the best opportunity for overtaking on this circuit. But he holds off quite well. We take completely different lines around that corner. Goes in quite deep, I go in quite narrow, but in the end we're about the same speed around it. Okay, now I've got to be careful here not to kind of hit him at all in the back. Oh, could have been the side, a bit of a cheeky move there, but it got us in front with no penalty. Okay, now I'm going to try and hunt down Flyman KR, so I'm just speeding up the laps here because basically he's quite a distance in front, and can I gain on him? So 3 seconds in front, still 3 seconds in front. I'm not really gaining on him. So we're just gonna fast forward until pretty much the end of the race now. So he's still 3 seconds. Basically we're holding exactly the same distance between each other. Would have been a good race if we started near each other, but in the end 2.3 seconds back. So a 2nd place there. So now we're doing another daily race in the same car. So this time starting 9th. So these guys should theoretically be quicker than the previous people who we raced against. So there's a few B grade drivers and an A grade driver. Cool. I do like Suzuka. It's a good circuit. Difficult to overtake on though, especially this circuit. You only really got one opportunity. Okay, so we have a field of Japanese and Australian, and then we have one Thai. Pretty much the standard grid makeup for Gran Turismo in Asia Pacific. Okay, now I've got the traction control on again for the start, and now getting whacked off, power down to the ground. Okay, so starting in 9th, I'm going to go for a bit of a wide approach here and then cut it in narrow. And there's a bit of carnage up ahead, loads of people crash, loads of people penalties and stuff. There we go, like, he got another penalty, so from 9th to 3rd in pretty much 2 corners. Quite nice. Okay, now let's try and get DF Racing, who has a penalty. See if we can slip down the inside of him somewhere into 2nd. Okay, so looks like we can, yeah, bit of a cheeky move again, but nothing out of the ordinary, not big impact. He stayed on and all is well. So up into 2nd now. Bit concerned with the orange guy behind. He's gaining quite quickly. If he goes to the inside, I might have trouble blocking him, but he hasn't. He's just gone into the back of me. DF Racing going around the outside, and I tapped him a bit there. Not the best move, but he's still on the track. Okay, so now let's try and hunt down. That's a really hard name to pronounce. Suado 1FC X Full. I won't be saying that again. I'll just call him the Japanese guy in the green Volkswagen. Okay, so in 2nd position and hunting down the Japanese guy. So we just do a bit of fast forward here as I try and catch up with him, gaining slowly, gaining, so just under a half a second behind him now. So now let's go back into normal speed in the slipstream, so gaining nicely down the straight. Holds his line quite well through the 1st corner. It's getting close to him, so 0.3 of a second now. He seems to be pretty good. He's holding his lines really well. Doesn't look like he's one to make too many mistakes. So it could be a tricky one to pass. 0.2 now. Now, if I get a good exit here, should be able to gain on him down this back straight, but looks like he got a better exit than me. But with the slipstream, I think gaining a little bit, yeah, under 0.3 now, under 0.2, and now can we have a dive down the inside? Nope, he's holding the line super well, but the next one, oh, we have a close look, but still not enough to get past. So this Japanese guy is really holding his lines well, making his Sirocco wide, but keeping good speed. Best opportunity is still down the front straight, so let's try and get a better exit this time. We can slip down the inside. Okay, put that power on. Not a super good exit, but I think a little bit better than last time in comparison to the Japanese guy. Yep, I think we can slip down the inside, and yes. Nice. Now I'm going to keep it really tight here to make sure he can't get back past and get a good exit. Now into these S's, just keep it on the apex. This one you're going to be a bit more patient. So Japanese guy is really sticking to the back of me. It's only 0.3 back, so I think it's going to be hard to shake him off. Importantly, we can't let him pass us again, so gotta keep good exit from this corner, which is important, as it's the best overtaking opportunity. So if we can get a good advantage down the straight, he's going to have limited opportunity to overtake. So here, this lap I think was safe. It's 0.4 back, so it's going to be hard to get past from there. And he's really close to the back there. I think he's quicker in that 1st corner for sure. Now he's really very close, less than 0.2 behind. Got to keep it under control. Just basically don't make any mistakes, keep my lines, and make the car as wide as possible. So going into the final corner again, of course getting a good exit is the key here. and at the moment he's 6/10 behind, so I think we can hold him off for this lap as well, which is now coming on to the last lap, so should be good for a win if we don't make any mistakes now. We're not going to push hard, just kind of average lap times and just hold the lines. We're still less than 3/10 behind, but can't let the pressure get to me. Yeah, these Siroccos are, yeah, they're not easy to drive really, front wheel drive at all, but we can handle them. And keep it really narrow here to make sure there's no opportunities down the inside, and then straighten up. There's a short sprint to the finish, and all is well. A win. I think we started 9th in this race, so 9th to 1st is pretty decent result. Okay, so final race of today. We're in a Porsche 919 hybrid, ridiculously fast car. I think a modified version of this car recently did the Nürburgring in 5 minutes 19 seconds. Overall lap record, very fast. It was a modified version of this car though, had more power and better aero, I think even a little bit less weight. Anyway, we got a 5 minutes 44 qualifying time, so 25 seconds off that lap record, but that's put us in 2nd for the race. So let's get the race started. Good lineup on the grid, so we have Australian, Thai, Japanese, Hong Kong and Taiwanese as well. And you can already see the car is ridiculously fast. So I don't know how the guy that set the lap record in real life did it. I mean, he must be brave. Okay, so into the 2nd corner here. Just get the power on and you're already up to 120 miles an hour, just super quickly like that. Anyway, so Mr. 666 Son, I guess his name is kind of implying that he is the son of the devil, maybe. Anyway, we'll try and catch him and overtake him. We'll be a bit wary though when I overtake him because of his name. Okay, now down this straight here. It gets up to such high speed so quickly, 160 miles an hour, almost 170. This corner you could take it flat, but I did lift just for an extra bit of confidence. It's not going to save you much time. Now down this long straight, 200 miles an hour. I'm making the fuel mixture a bit leaner because I just noticed that we don't have enough to do 2 laps of the Nürburgring, so we need to save a bit of fuel. But nonetheless, the car is ridiculously fast, even in fuel saving mode. And going into this corner here really loads the car up. And the son of the devil has binned it. So that is pretty much the end of this race. From now on, I just driving in front, nobody catches me up. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you next week.